Hello boys and girls, Busternaut here, and welcome back to WoT Blitz. So today, quick video, 2 games for you. First of all, we are playing in the Panther 2, and I'm platooned up with Force Bladder in that one. He's in his Jagdtiger, a tier 9 German tank destroyer, and I'm in my Panther 2, as I mentioned earlier, my tier 8 German medium tank. Now I don't know what's about this tank, but yeah, my win rate in it just awful. I don't know what's up with that, but I seem to get really unlucky with either the enemies or the teammates that I get, because yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go towards the capture circle, because from here you can get some nice shots across the map, and you can also react if the enemies are capturing the base. Before on this map I always went to the bridge, but if you go to the bridge you really cannot react on time if the enemies start capturing the base, and I ended up losing a lot of games by the enemies capping the base. So in the end I got sick of it and I started to come here, so I could prevent a possible capture of the base. Now engaging here with the T-54, and the T-54 is much stronger than the Panther 2, of course. It's tier 9 medium tank and it's T-54. Lucky snapshot at the Ferdinand, actually hit and penetrate. Now the gun on the Panther 2 is not bad. It is an 88mm with 203mm of penetration, and yeah, it is a quite nice gun. I mean, it's better than the gun on the T-44, another lucky snapshot by the way, which gets 175mm of penetration only, but it's not really fair to compare those guns, because the T-44 gets 100mm, which means more alpha damage, and so on. But anyways, the gun on the Panther 2 is really nice. The real problem with this tank is that it is huge target, and it doesn't have a lot of armor as well, so everything that hits you is going to penetrate, unless you're angling at extreme angle basically, and you're side scraping. But don't rely on the side armor, because although you have some spaced armor on the side, it's not a well armored tank overall, which a lot of people may think that it is, but it actually isn't that well armored for tier 8. Other than that, it has pretty nice armor. So the scores are even at this point, so it doesn't look too bad. Although they have a full health IS-3 and a T-54, he doesn't have enough gun depression and he doesn't want to rush me, because Force Bladder is going to support me basically. Now this Comet is also here, but no one's really paying attention, and this Centurion 7-1 is going to flank us really soon. I saw this and I decided to go and deal with him, because he's just putting 3 shots in Force Bladder's Jagdtiger, and there we go. He ignores me completely and goes for the Force Bladder's Jagdtiger, because he's not facing that way, and after all it's a tier 9 target, so he kills him. That was partially my fault, because I should have tried to get onto his way, but yeah, I don't know. In the end, it happened that way, and that Now, I underestimated the KV-3 a lot. here. I just thought, well, he has a big gun, he will not fire that quickly, and bam, we lost. But anyways, even if I killed that KV-3, the IS-3 would have finished me off, so yeah, it's anyways. And looking on the scores here, 3100 damage in a tier 9 game, and we still lost, but yeah, what are you gonna do? Okay, so next game, in order to cheer up the things a bit, I'm going the new turreted American tank destroyer line, and I'm currently with a tier 3 with this beast here, the T-82. And what should I say about this tank? It has a 105mm howitzer, basically the same gun as the Hetzer. The Hetzer is famous for being OP at tier 4, and this thing is tier 3. So you probably expect what playing this thing will be like. And by the way, this is my very first game in this machine, and I don't have the 105mm howitzer. Instead, I'm using the 75mm from the T-18, which is the tier 2 American tank destroyer, famous for being OP as well. But other than the T-18, this tank has no armor whatsoever. That's the difference between the T-18 and the T-82. Basically everything can penetrate you and will penetrate you, and your 240 hit points will not last for very long, so you should avoid taking fire, and you should basically one-shot your enemies without them being able to fire back at you. Basically like that, but he fired at me anyways. Now, one thing that cripples this tank are machine guns, so be aware of that. Enemies with machine guns, like for example the Panther 2, will wreck you because you simply don't have the armor to stop their shells, and only 240 hit points. This wasn't a very wise ram, but it ended up being like no matter. Now LTP here, I have the hit points to take a hit, so I'm going to give my gun the time to aim properly, and yeah, 195 damage. And he didn't fire as well, which is win-win situation. Now he fired, but I'm going to fire as well. Hits me 2 times, but I don't care. He damaged my engine, but I'm not going anywhere anyways, so I'm not going to fix it. Yes, I'm being cheap, by the way, at this point. But anyways, the last enemy is right there, so I don't have to use it, basically. There we go, the Panzer 3018. He's not even facing at me, so I have a free shot. Now I pull back, because he can kill me very easily. And he's still not looking the right direction, so I finish him off, picking up my 4th kill of the game and securing that top gun. Yep, that actually was my first game in this vehicle, and I got my first class mastery. And in case you're wondering, yes, I already got my mastery badge, and I should tell you that the 105mm howitzer is great, super OP. Anyways, this is going to be for this episode, but there's going to be another video for today. Yeah, that's right, 2 videos in one day. Who are you and what have you done with the real Busternaut? I know. But anyways, it's going to be an Armor Days video, so stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like below if you did. Thank you for watching, and good luck on the battlefield.